What if I told you, there are places in Asia where being an American tourist might not just get you strange looks, but could actually get you turned away, restricted, or even banned? This isn't about rumors. This is about politics, culture clashes, rising tensions, and real policies. From strict governments to growing resentment against Western influence, some Asian countries are quietly, and sometimes loudly, pushing back against American tourists. So today, we're uncovering 7 Asian countries that don't want American tourists anymore, and the real reasons why. Stay till the end, because number 1 might surprise you the most. Let's start with a country where the tension is impossible to ignore. Country 1. North Korea. The closed door. If there's one place where American tourists are clearly not welcome, it's North Korea. For years, limited tourism was allowed under strict supervision. But after the high-profile case of an American student detained in 2017, everything changed. The result? A complete ban on U.S. citizens entering the country. This isn't just about safety, it's political. North Korea views Americans not as tourists, but as potential threats. And even if restrictions were lifted tomorrow, the environment remains highly controlled, with zero freedom for visitors. This is not tourism. It's surveillance. Country 2. Iran. Suspicion and strict control. Iran hasn't officially banned American tourists, but in reality, it's one of the hardest countries for Americans to visit. Why? Because of decades of political tension. Americans can only enter Iran under guided tours and independent travel is not allowed. Every move is monitored. Every step is planned. To Iranian authorities, American tourists aren't just travelers, they're potential political risks. And while the country itself is rich in culture and history, the restrictions send a clear message: you're not fully welcome here. Country 3. Afghanistan. Too dangerous to welcome anyone. This one is less about politics, and more about reality. Afghanistan today is not a tourist destination. After years of conflict and the return of strict governance, the country is considered extremely unsafe, especially for Americans. In fact, entering Afghanistan as an American could put you at serious risk. There are no tourism systems. No protections. No guarantees. It's not that they don't want tourists in a traditional sense. It's that the situation makes tourism nearly impossible. Country 4. China. Growing tension, growing restrictions. China still allows American tourists, but the atmosphere has changed. In recent years, political tensions between China and the US have increased significantly. And with that, scrutiny of American visitors has grown. Visa approvals can be stricter. Surveillance is widespread. And certain areas are completely off limits. There's also a cultural shift, less openness, more caution. Americans aren't banned, but they're no longer seen the same way. 5. Saudi Arabia has recently opened its doors to tourism, but with conditions. While Americans can visit, the country enforces strict cultural and legal expectations. Dress codes. Behavior rules. Social limitations. And here's the key point: not all tourists are treated equally. There's a level of caution toward Western visitors, especially Americans, due to political and cultural differences. It's not rejection, but it's definitely controlled acceptance. You're allowed in, but on their terms. Country 6. Myanmar. Political instability and restrictions. Myanmar was once an emerging tourist hotspot. But after political upheaval and military control, things changed dramatically. Many governments, including the US, now warn citizens not to travel there. For Americans, this creates a complicated situation. Even if you want to visit, it may be unsafe, or even restricted. The country isn't actively targeting American tourists, but the instability makes them unwelcome in practice. Tourism has taken a backseat to survival. Country 7. Bhutan. High barriers. Not for everyone. Bhutan is one of the most unique countries in the world. And it's not anti-American. But it intentionally limits tourism, including Americans. Visitors must pay a high daily fee, often over $100 per day, just to enter. Why? To protect culture, environment, and national identity. Bhutan doesn't want mass tourism. It doesn't want crowds. And it definitely doesn't want uncontrolled Western influence. So while Americans can visit, most simply won't. Because the barrier is designed to keep numbers low. So what does this all mean? It's not just about tourism. It's about politics, culture, safety, and control. Some countries openly reject American tourists. Others quietly restrict them. And some make it so difficult that visiting becomes almost impossible. But here's the bigger picture. Travel isn't just about where you want to go. It's about where you're truly welcome. And in today's world, that's changing faster than ever. Outro. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because we're diving deeper into global travel realities you won't hear anywhere else. And tell me in the comments, would you still visit any of these countries? Or is it not worth the risk? See you in the next video.